I hope we speak again, brother.
Mist. Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück
Time to contact, 6 minutes and
zu
counting.
Star Trek
We can't stay here.
Resurgence.
We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resolute. 4 to transport.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I've always stood by you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Ophelia, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Okay, was tun wir?
2 minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
Auf den Schirm.
On screen.
Wow.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
Was tun wir? Oh nein.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takon. Not science, Takon. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Ich weiß nicht, was ich tun soll. Was ist richtig, was ist falsch?
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
So haben die keine Munition
The
mehr.
storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Okay. Und jetzt?
Thank you. I won't forget this.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
Rückkehr.
There they are!
You did what had to be done with the Tasker. You said you'd avenge her, and you did. Tasker can rest now. Even if I wavered in the moment. It wasn't a question of time. It was about freeing a Tasker.
If you believe, I'm sure you'll see her again.
I do. And I shall.
Oh, no surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
Well, I'm just getting started.
Noch jemand? Will noch irgendwas gucken?
She was a good little escape pod.
Ja, ja, ja.
Ride like that anytime soon.
Hey, Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser.
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioformed. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us,
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
Gut, dann lass mal gehen.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chovak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
Come on.
Er ist Vulkanier, der macht gar nichts. Gar keine Emotionen.
We'll see. Then again, if he doesn't, that's just Chovak being Chovak.
Ja, da wird nichts passieren, oder? Mal gucken, wie er
I can't
reagiert.
believe it. You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
When they do, make sure they get my name right. D-I-A-Z. Diaz. Edsalars too.
I'm sure no one will forget. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
I guess there's never a dull moment around here, huh?
You telling me it's not always like this?
Not if we can help it.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
It is agreeable to see you as well, sir.
I concur.
You should know your absences left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule. On both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
I gotta admit, it's a little flattering that this place went to hell so fast without me. So, I'll take that as a compliment.
I believe factors other than your absence were also to blame.
Okay.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
Er lächelt ein bisschen. Wortgefecht. Mit dem Captain? Nee, ach. Der ist ja irgendwie in Gewahrsam, ne?
I tended to an Illidian earlier. Major Starlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Illidians are no longer enemies. I'd always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good to have the support of a Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms, so I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew. Being an effective leader requires trust, but an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I don't expect everyone will agree with my decisions, and she's entitled to a different opinion, but I'll handle Lieutenant Bedrosian.
You'll be fine, just as long as people feel like they're being heard. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust, but if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified. You really couldn't go wrong with either of them.
Ich wünschte, es könnte Bedrosian sein.
To be honest, Lieutenant Bedrosian feels like the perfect fit for the position.
I would otherwise agree. But given what happened, that'll take some work on your part. You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
Captain.
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship, not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Listen, Lieutenant. I understand how you feel, and I respect your opinion. You're one of the most valuable officers on the bridge, which is why I cannot accept your resignation.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I expected as much. Which is why I already submitted my letter of resignation to Starfleet Command.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
Das lief nicht so gut. Ja.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world. Not that I'm surprised in the least.
These are unusual times, Mr. Chovak.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsolar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
But there were way more people involved than just me. Not only Petty Officer Edsolar, but we had help from an Illidian officer named Arminta as well.
Interesting.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage.
With respect, Ambassador, sending more ships only opens us up to more casualties. The Aphilion's purpose is bioforming on a massive scale. The risk to a battle group is too high.
Your concern is valid, and I will forewarn the battle group before they arrive. But the greater risk would be in failing to stop the Takan. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
I wish I could tell you the solution. But the truth is, there is no easy answer. There's no defense against bioforming. One-on-one or on a mass scale. At least, not that I know of.
You may not be able to stop it, but it might be possible to slow it down. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And it might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
You say that it slows the process, but this doesn't actually stop the Takan from taking over, does it?
Correct. I can't be 100% certain, but it appears this is only a short-term solution. Also, it requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question, what is the mission?
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but that's the idea.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
Ich hoffe auch.
He will.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Edsalar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion.
Die dürfen sich nicht
They've
mehr
already
ausruhen.
crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
We found that only a Takan can operate their technology to its fullest. So, unless we want to try to do this with one hand tied behind our backs, we're definitely gonna need an assist from this portal guy.
I like that even less.
Like it or not, that's the truth.
Yes. Portal should be part of the away team. There's no question in my mind.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you. We have plenty to do and no time for speeches. Let's get to work. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer,
müssen wir jetzt selber fliegen,
transfer all
oder?
command
Nein.
codes to Captain Jara Rydek.
Nein, oder?
Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Alpha? Drei. Whiskey.
Voice authorization, Rydek. Alpha 3 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transferred. The updated
Muss ich
command
mir das jetzt
structure is
merken?
incomplete.
Oh Gott.
Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
Wen nehmen wir denn? Oh no. Ich nehme den Westbrook. Ermot ist mega, aber ich nehme den Westbrook.
It is an honor and a pleasure to name Commander Westbrook as my new first officer.
Thank you, Captain.
Ich traue ihm das
You made the
eher
right
zu.
choice.
Congratulations, Commander. It's long overdue.
I know we've had our differences, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Computer, Commander Westbrook is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Ich hätte
there's
Ermot
work to be
nehmen
done.
müssen, oder?
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain, could I have a word with you?
Oh nein, er ist so
Give me a minute.
enttäuscht. Mist, ich muss das nochmal machen.
Look, I respect your decision, Captain. Commander Westbrook has seniority, and I can understand why you might have felt pressure to promote him. But what I can't understand is why you would choose someone so clearly unsuited for the position. It's the very reason why Captain Solano chose you over him. Because he knew Westbrook as first officer would be disastrous.
I won't argue with you about it. You very well might be right. But I had to trust my instincts, and that's what led me to Commander Westbrook.
He may have been the expected choice, but that doesn't make him the best. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole time, but I thought we've had an excellent working relationship almost from the moment you first arrived. You trusted me with the information about Captain Solano being compromised, and I trusted you in return. In fact, I've always supported you, which is certainly more than you can say about Westbrook. He was always against you, especially with regard to Captain Solano.
Look, I'll be honest. I can't do this without your help. You're one of the best officers we've got, and I need you by my side. Otherwise, we don't have a chance against Galvin. It's as simple as that.
And I'll be there when you need me. Just like I always have.
Wer weiß, wofür das jetzt gut war. Mal gucken. Oh oh. Schusslinie.
I don't understand. Gimming everything she's got, but it doesn't make a difference. Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate.
If I may, Captain. Communications are critical to ship operations. I should go take care of this.
Go.
I was hoping we could buy enough time until Starfleet could send more ships. And it looks like we might have to face off against the Aphelion sooner than we might want. If it's just us, I don't like our chances.
I'll consider any suggestions from my first officer.
We're being pulled out of warp!
The Aphelion is closing on us, and fast.
Ah, schon da. Gott, wie klein wir sind. Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott.
We're being hailed by the Aphelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
You thought you could run? That I would let you escape so easily after taking what's mine? How pathetic and predictable. At least you can take solace knowing you'll be a far braver Takan than you were as a cowardly Kobliad. Is it any wonder your people perished? If your every instinct is to run from a fight.
You can talk all you want, but I'll never be Takan.
Never will be here sooner than you think. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired. And as much as I'd like to, you have another purpose to serve. As one of us.
Red alert! Handar, get us out of here! Evasive maneuvers!
Wo ist Portal?
Hit the engineering section. No systems or structural damage, though.
Wir wurden bioformiert.
They were targeting the crew, not the ship.
Captain, we have to respond. Hit him in the mouth. What are your orders?
Fire photon torpedoes! Target the source of the beam!
The Aphelion remains undamaged by the photon torpedoes, Captain.
Cool.
And its shields are fully intact. It's too powerful to take head on.
Damage report from the lower decks.
I still can't raise them, Captain.
Could be that the system's down. Or that was the Takan bioforming ray. And there's no one left down there to respond. The Takan may already be on this ship. No way of knowing how bad it is yet.
Get an urgent message to Starfleet Command. Tell them we've been hit by the Aphilion's bioforming ray. There may be hostile Takan aboard this ship.
I'll notify them at once.
Here are your new tricorders. Now go. Get to the transporter room.
Ich komm nicht hin. Oh, Junge, das geht nicht mit dieser Maus, verdammte Scheiße. Ich komme nicht hin mit der Maus. Oh, okay, ich versuche nochmal. Junge, das ist so anstrengend, die Maus dahin zu kriegen. Das ist völlig unrealistisch. Also wirklich. So, weiter. Wird's laufen. Steuerung ist grauenhaft gerade. Grauenhaft. Es erschwert nur unnötig jetzt den ganzen Prozess hier. Come on.
Transporter room 1.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accepted.
These are concentrated Iridium doses. You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Hell, take it right before if you can get the Takan to wake while you do it.
Ja, was? Boah, ey.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature.
So, was soll ich machen? Fahrt durch die Schilde der
We need to tunnel through the shields.
So, mache hier. Warte mal, ich versuche mal das so zu machen. Das sieht gut aus. Können wir so machen, das ist gut.
There's a problem. We don't have enough power to make the jump.
Ah, jetzt come on.
I might be able to divert power from
Stand aside.
Ja, lass ihn das machen.
The signal is now resolved. I couldn't let you fumble about any longer. Time is running short.
That's great. You must be Portal 6-3.
Yes. guardian of the Takan Empire.
I'm Carter. Engineer of the Starship Resolute.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there. Ready to transport. On your order.
Energie.
Energize.
Glory of it. This ship is a marvel. Even to me. It's almost a shame we have to scuttle it. The galaxy has never seen a ship like this.
It is beautiful. I'll give you that.
Resolute, come in! We're losing cohesion.
I'm gonna try to use my tricorder as a pattern enhancer.
Oh.
The signal's gone. Are they there? Did you get them?
They didn't make it.
The interference is too strong. We're trapped here. We have to get to the Cartabula and disable it.
Hopefully before the battle group shows up.
It's served up for the Aphelions' next meal.
I am saturated in Taconian power readings. I can't feel the source just yet.
Ja, mach mal. So.
This way.
I can't reach anyone. At least not on the lower decks. It's like they're all gone. The comm systems seem to be operational again.
That bioforming ray may have transformed dozens of crew members on the lower decks.
This ship could be swarming with resurrected Takan. It's only a matter of time before they come to their senses and take action.
Which means we have a narrow window of time to cut them off before...
Captain, we're holding them off as best we can on Deck 9, but...
If they spread throughout the decks, we'll never know who to trust.
Lock down the affected areas immediately. Close the bulkheads and erect the containment fields. No one is allowed in or out without my authorization.
There could be crew members who weren't affected who could get locked inside.
That's a risk we'll have to take.
Initiating a lockdown now.
Okay.
And what happens if some of the bioformed manage to escape? How should the crew engage them? Or should they? We don't want suspicion to run rampant.
We should be cautious. If a situation arises, I want phasers set to stun.
Of course. I'll let the crew know to proceed with caution.
Have we heard anything from Commander Ermot?
No.
Oh, der ist ja auch weg. Oh nein.
Quite some
Oh
time.
my god.
The comm system he went to investigate. It's near the affected area. Commander Ermot. Commander Ermot, can you hear me?
Computer shutdown initiated.
According to this, it was initiated by Commander Ermot.
What?
The central computer core will shut down in 10 minutes. We'll lose all critical ship functions. It can only be overridden by the captain at the core itself.
Okay, wir müssen dahin.
With me.
Stop! Identify yourselves!
We're just trying to figure out what's happening. Ah, to hell with it.
Oh, diese Mauskacke, ne? Mann! Das war nicht gut programmiert so. Das ist nicht gut.
Master Console is up there. I don't have much time.
Okay, wie komme ich da hoch? Schnell laufen. Wo ist die Treppe? Oder irgendwas. Leiter. Lauf!
Captain Rydick, it's me, Commander Ermot. First Officer Westbrook insisted I find you immediately. Let me get this door open. I think I remember the code. I hope you haven't been hurt, Captain. It's not safe here. I'll get you somewhere more secure.
Tell me, where were you when the bioforming ray hit the ship?
Where was I? I was on my way to help resolve the problem with the comms system. On Deck 9. Now, Captain. Still getting used to these Federation weapons.
Scheiße. Was soll ich denn jetzt machen? Ach Mann. Wie geht das?
Getting used to these Federation weapons.
Computer termination sequence in progress.
Damn it!
Du musst ihn auf Betäuben stellen. Phaser. Mann. Du hast da auch einen Phaser. Das war sau dumm jetzt, Rydick. Du hättest ihn betäuben müssen. Shit.
Be reasonable, Captain. There's a time to fight and a time to admit defeat.
Computer termination sequence in progress. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Cancel computer shutdown!
Mann! Warum nimmst du nicht einfach deinen scheiß Phaser und machst den Ding fest, verdammte Kiste?
Okay,
Ja.
wait. Just
Nein,
hear
mach.
me out.
Nein, er soll gar nichts mehr sagen.
Listen to reason.
Schieß!
There's no need to do anything impulsive.
Schieß!
You just tried to kill me.
I was only acting on orders. I didn't mean any harm. You know we'd rather have you with
Bullshit,
us.
schieß!
We can make a deal, right?
Schießen.
Come to terms.
Ja, war doch klar. Betäuben. So. Lay down.
Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Okay. Brauch meinen Code.
Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Cancel computer shutdown. Voice authorization, Rydick. Alpha 3. Whiskey.
Termination sequence cancelled.
In der Höhle des Löwen.
These are the arteries of power coming from the cortabula at the heart of the Aphelion. I can feel it coursing through my own body. Look there. I cannot move as freely inside this ship. Those emitters are why. If they were deactivated, I could travel past this chamber without setting
Als ob das nicht einfach machen könnte. Hä?
Takan can use Takan technology. How do I turn them off?
Place these on the emitters. It will suppress their effect. The guards none the wiser.
Got it.
I'm coming too.
If we both get caught, it's over. If it's just me, you can try again after I fail.
Well then, don't screw it up.
Face or any of the guards. It'll alert every Takan in here.
Almost got it.
Wo muss ich denn hin? Wo genau muss ich hin? Muss ich hier hoch? Ah. Oh, fuck.
Those guards can see the whole room from there. How am I gonna get past them? Maybe the crystals portal gave me will get a reaction out of these consoles. Worked! Better move.
Oh.
Someone hiding?
Nein. Nein, nein, nein.
Two to go.
Wo muss ich hin? Du jumpst da jetzt runter, oder was? Naja. So, an der Stelle beende ich jetzt diese Folge. Bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen und freue mich auf die nächste. Macht's gut. Tschüss.